Good evening, Twitch. My name is Alloway, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed 2 Remastered. Um, if you, it's been a hot minute since I've played this game. My YouTube records say the last part was uploaded 3 months ago. Well, I certainly took my own sweet ass time to get to this point, but I've cleaned out most of the side activities available to me at this point in time, including all of the godforsaken feathers. So, I am now going to head back to Motorgione and show off the fruits of my labor. And by the way, if I ever do an Assassin's Creed game ever again on this channel, I am not going for 100% synchronization. I'm certainly going to show off as much as I can, but outside of viewer demand, which means somebody has to comment and actually ask me to do a specific part, I'm not going to put the time in to actually do it. Because it was... I mean, I could have done it in the span of maybe a few hours if I just sat down and dedicated to it. But, like... grabbing all of the fucking chests, which of itself just took fucking 2 hours running around the city. Afterwards, I didn't feel like following a guide to do the feathers. I mean, the guide to make it look simple, you know, 10 minutes. Most of these guide videos. But fucking... You gotta remember, some of these guides were made back on the PS3 era, Assassin's Creed 2, so it's a little bit harder to tell the difference because everything looks a little different. They show you the point of the map for a split second, and then they show you, pretty much they show themselves standing right next to it and then jumping and collecting it. So it is really hard. For me, maybe it was just me, but I found it really difficult to try and keep along in the beginning. And then when I start bumping into scenarios where, like, you know, I already found the feathers beforehand, I just couldn't tell if I was looking in the wrong place or I got it already. But those are my personal complaints. But it was my choice to say, you know, I'm going to go find all these feathers, because I want to show off this particular thing. And oh my god, I don't know if it was worth it.
Thank you, Ezio, for not forgetting about...
So, did they update her database? Alright, I guess that was that. Now, if I put on the cape, I guess I'll put the cape on, because why the hell not? DNA, inventory? Outfits. I don't know how to get this cape, don't ask me how. So that's what the cape looks like. Oh. Okay, I gotta... Yeah. I found a better lighting to show it off, I guess. Anyway. Well, that was, I question if that was worth the amount of time I had to put into it, but... I'm sure if I'd done this when I was much younger, granted, I didn't know much about YouTube back in those days, so it never occurred to me to just look up a guide like this, and nowadays it's so commonplace.
Salute, Claudia.
You here to look at the book?
It's, rather... Let's just say the times have changed. You know, I am doing a decent job of just 100%
A
of this
presto,
game.
Ezio.
I don't really know what, the criteria for it, but I'm certainly giving it a shot. I'm trying. I'm not gonna do the training. I did... There was a trophy on the PS3 I never knew how to get, which was to throw sand in the face of guards. And I looked it up finally for the PS4, and it's simple. I gotta go talk to that trainer I've always run by, and simply ask him to teach me how to throw dirt. But some of those trophies I'm not gonna do on camera. Most of them I am just going to, I will do them. I'll do most of them off camera. Especially the one where I'm gonna have to fight, like, have to kill 10 guards without getting hit. Dear Lord. I used to be much better at fighting in this game, too.
Attenzione! Following the recent festival fire in San Polo, the Doge has decreed that the...
But that's enough about the past. Let's get on to what the main story. Oh, I can't imagine what the map would look like if they showed like a line of everywhere I went between the last objective and this one. But I'm telling you, it ain't straight, that's for sure.
Pressing business. Somewhere else.
The quality of our speech is legendary.
Am I supposed to go in there? It would seem like I'm supposed to go in there. And my question is, how do I
Why
get
are you here? Get down!
That's you?
You are not allowed up here!
Oh, I got stuck on something. Oh, this is the, I don't actually have any idea what the hell this place is.
Children not allowed up here!
Uncle Mario? Where are they taking it?
Well, this certainly is not the riveting story or mad dash chase sequence that we were expecting, were we? That's alright. I did not mean to do that. Shit.
Salve.
Well, let's say this. He's kind of just moving through a lot of back alleys. What I wouldn't give for a group of courtesans right now. Bro, now's not the time. Leave me alone.
Don't be shy. I only aim to win.
The easy way. For all your blacksmith, weapons, armor, locksmith, everywhere need. Serving munitions with style and quality, for our prestige.
Running again. Hey, group of courtesans. What, fortunately, the dude is running away from them. You know, it would be kind of hard to prove that you were... Kind of hard to not tell that you were being, tailed. If you heard somebody scrabbling behind you on those things. Okay.
We are with
All right, go.
All yours, buddy.
I will remove on his nasty fingers.
Have you lost all decency? What's wrong?
Right.
The bounty of one ducat per 100 shall be offered as recompense for the truly industrious.
I have no idea how the hell I'm supposed to get by that guy without killing him, so...
Please consult as swiftly as possible for the greater good of all. Noble prices for noble wares. Armor fit for a man.
I know I said I want a group of courtesans, but I don't think they'll keep up with me if I start taking out running after this guy. Nonetheless. Well, there went the group of courtesans.
Why would anyone carry on like that?
Maybe a bit disorganized, but I do know my speed.
Almost bumped into a group of guards. Dear God.
Why not sup with me?
Get out of my way.
Best equipment in all the
Marinated cabbage, my favorite. By order of the Doge himself, all Indians are to be shot at will by the populace. The bounty of one ducat.
I wonder if this guy wasn't just a distraction.
I've distilled an elixir of lead and pomegranate.
The maestro awaits. He will not suffer mistakes. Package it correctly. Do it now.
The Spaniards here? That changes things. If I can infiltrate this group, take the place of the courier, You lead me right through the figlio di puttana.
Perhaps I should slow him down and leave.
You know, I kind of... Oh, shit. Quickly and quietly.
Why are you here? Get down!
Oh, wait.
Cut him off!
I do not have the ability... Do I have the ability to shoot poison at distance in this game? No, not in this game. Not yet, anyway. Okay, that plan didn't work.
Wellness awaits.
Alright. Do this the old-fashioned way.
Bene. What a lovely smile. What was that for?
Let them have it.
Va bene.
Ma quanto sei bella!
Non sai cosa ti fare.
Haven't I seen you before?
Yeah, nobody's gonna notice the two bodies that are there, but hey. I'm not complaining.
Yes, sir.
This is a moment of great importance. Stay in formation. Make this right.
I'm keeping pace with this dude and I'm carrying this big ass box. What the fuck, man? Come on. Move a little faster, please.
Report any unattended damage to city property and be courteous to city workmen. Note that until word returns to us from the Holy Father, the disputed lands to the south are to be excluded from all mercantile entry. However, merchant acting privately may do so with no fear of reprisal.
You really have it? You were not followed.
Absolutely. Everything went perfectly. We have followed your orders exactly as specified. The mission to Cyprus was more difficult than expected. There were complications, but we have returned with the artifact and have carefully transported it to you as instructed. We look forward to being generously compensated, as I'm sure you have already considered.
Ezio, it's been some time.
Rodrigo. So, where is he?
Who?
Your prophet. Doesn't look like anybody showed up, Rodrigo. How many people have died for these? For what's in this box? And look, there's nobody here.
You claim not to be a believer, and yet here you are. Don't you see him? The prophet is already here. I am the prophet. Now give me the apple.
Come and take it from me.
Oh, great start. Okay, Jesus. Am I not able to... Maybe I can't counter this guy. Or I'm just really bad at it. There we go. Oh, I'm not seriously not gonna get you just by countering, am I?
Is this all you have? Where is the rest of your people?
What people?
You really have no idea, do you? Guards!
What's wrong? You're still breathing.
Wow. You know, I remember this segment going a lot faster when I was younger.
Uncle!
Don't worry, Nipote. You are not alone.
Olpe? What are you doing here?
We could very well ask you the same thing.
Me?
Save your questions, brother. Don't let Volta leave with that box.
Avanti!
Now, you all shall die.
Take him down, Ezio. Right behind you. Come on!
I have one smoke bomb.
My younger hungers for what?
This is pathetic. You cannot stop me. What lies in the wall is mine.
Look, my friend, our animals shall fight again now.
This is a losing battle for you, Chris. You die by my hand, just like you. This war has been going on far longer than either of us have played the war.
Isn't this magnifico? All of us smashing these Templar heads together!
So table, Lady Potter. You've improved since the last time we fought together.
Ah, bravissimo! We should do this more often.
The brothers didn't need to die. I just killed them to make a point. There is no mercy when you cross the master.
Are you fucking serious? Did one of them block the shot or did? I don't think you can use a gun on this guy.
This is for my father. Paula.
He's gone, but we have what we came for.
No. I need to go after him.
Do you really now? Or are you here for another reason, my son?
Theodora? What? What are you all doing here?
Perhaps the same thing you are, Ezio. Hoping to see the Prophet appear.
I came here to kill the Spaniard. I couldn't care less about your Prophet. He never showed up.
No? But you did.
What?
A Prophet's arrival was foretold. And unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along, you were the one we sought.
Cosa? Who are you?
Niccolò di Bernardo de Machiavelli. I am an assassin, trained in the ancient ways to safeguard mankind's evolution. Just like you, and each one of us here.
You are all assassins? Paula. Volpe.
It's true, Nipote. We have all been guiding you for years, teaching you the skills you would need to join our ranks. I think it's time.
We have our prize, but there is much to be done. Come, meet us here at sunset.
Can I at least keep the guard outfit?
Lashea waka umutlak bel kulun munkin. These are the words spoken by our ancestors that lay at the heart of our creed.
Where other men blindly follow the truth, remember.
Nothing is true.
Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember.
Everything is permitted.
We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
It is time, Ezio. In this modern age, we are not so literal as our ancestors, but our seal is no less permanent. Are you ready to join us?
I am.
This only hurts for a while, brother. Like so many things.
Benvenuto, Ezio. You are one of us now. Come, we have much to do.
Guess it's my turn. Oh, there's that last cave we were just looking at earlier.
Are you okay? Do you want to stop?
No, I need to go back. Right now.
Oh dear.
Sean?
Of course. How could I have forgotten?
You want to share with the rest of us?
Rodrigo Borgia is elected Pope in 1492, which means Ezio's greatest enemy is now also the most powerful man in Italy.
Always wanted to visit the Vatican.
Well, your luck's in, Desmond. Happy days. Because that's exactly where you're going.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
What is it, Leonardo? What does it do?
I could no more explain this than explain to you why the Earth goes around the Sun.
You mean the sun around the Earth?
It's fabricated with materials that shouldn't exist. And yet, this is clearly a very ancient artifact.
The Codex refers to it as a piece of Eden.
The Spaniard. He called it the apple.
Like Eve's apple, of forbidden knowledge. Are you then suggesting that this thing... This must never fall into the wrong hands. It would drive weaker minds insane.
No doubt the Spaniard will be relentless in his desire to gain it back.
Ezio, you must protect this with all the skills we have taught you.
Take it to Forli. The citadel is walled, protected by cannons, and our ally controls it.
Who is this ally?
Her name is Caterina Sforza.
You don't say. I think I may enjoy this mission. Thank you for everything, my oldest friend.
Leonardo, Ezio tells me you travel off into Milano. I have a grand villa in Toscana. You must come visit me there.
And now I think at this point forward, if you need Leonardo da Vinci's services, he will be at Moderazione for convenience sake. You can't really finish this game without getting all the codexes, and I think there's like 1 or 2 pieces left. Well, this is certainly interesting.
Well, well. Look who it is.
Madonna.
I thought when we met you were a bit special, but... an assassin? Walk with me, Caro. You're going to love Forli. The cannons in our Cittadella alone go back 100 years. The artifact will be quite safe there.
Forgive me, but I've never heard of a woman ruling her own city before. It's very impressive.
Well, it was my husband's before, of course. He died.
Oh. Sorry.
Don't be. I had him killed.
Oh.
We discovered Girolamo Riario was working for the Templars, making a map of the locations of the remaining Codex pages.
I never liked that goddamn son of a bitch anyway. He was a lousy father, boring in bed, and a pain in my ass.
Well.
Look.
Oh no. Aspetta. What's happening?
They came as soon as you left the city walls, Signora. The city is under attack.
What? By who?
The Orsi brothers, Signora.
Oh, sangue di Giuda.
Who are the Orsi?
The same canaglia I hired to kill my husband.
It's the Spaniard, of course. The Orsi have no worldview bigger than their purse.
But how could he know where we were taking the apple before we even knew?
Because they're not here for the apple, Ezio. They're after Riario's map.
Basta with your map, Nicolo. My children are inside. Oh, porco demonio.
All right.
Eccolo! Get him!
Are we actually fighting?
Perhaps we'll have a rare treat this night. Freshly skewered sausage.
Yes, we're actually fighting. Okay.
They're already inside. Double-crossing bastards.
Is there another way into this place?
Aspetta. Perhaps yes. There's an old tunnel under the western wall from the canal.
Bene. I'll be right back.
Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you. You spineless dogs. You occupy my city, my home. You think I'm going to stand here and do nothing about it? How about I come out there and break your valley on?
Well. I must say, Katarina Sforza knows how to put on a tough act when she needs to. Is this the tunnel we could get in from? Well, that make getting in painfully easy. Of course, the ability to swim isn't exactly commonplace at this point in time. They're having a full-on war in the streets.
I bet you want to see them, don't you? You wish you could touch them. You wish you could lick them, don't you? Well, come on down here and give it a try, like a real man. And I'll kick your balls so hard they fly out your nostrils! Lurido branco di cani bastardi! Tornatevene a casa, con le figli spallati sulla mura della mia cittadella! Ah! non decidete a uscire. Scommetto che lo gradireste assai un bel palo di quercia per il culo. Sangue di Dio!
This won't take long.
Ma dove si è dimenticato? In un convento di monache? Non ho mai visto in vita mia una battaglia di soldati più assopita di voi. Che vista penosa!
Mistimed that one.
Dopo che vi avrò fatto castrare, non sarete meno uomini di quanto siete ora?
There we go. I believe the only way to actually get, I have to go up there, which means I need to climb up here.
Laggiù, you won't get away! Dannato, I've lost sight of him.
Down or die! I see him! There! Back from me!
Trying to wait for somebody to strike to do a perfect parry, and then the guy never strikes.
Ezio! You did it! Seguimi!
Deliver us from these oppressive tyrants. Go! Go!
He died, thank God.
Come now! Surely somebody saw something!
Now!
Laggiù! There! There!
You know, I love it when they actually can defend themselves. Unlike in later Assassin's Creed games, they can't defend themselves for anything.
Ora! He won't get far!
Let's go down!
We have exactly 2 guards left to keep up 3. Enough with this attachment.
Release me! Get here! Feed you to the flames!
Take him down!
Won't escape! Another cell!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we carry spell points.
You won't last a minute!
This reminds me so much of Assassin's Creed Odyssey's
Aprite la porta! Aprite la porta, presto!
It's an ambush! Soon you'll provide great joy, as a swinging target for the soldiers in the forest.
Do you have any information from the guild for this? Anyone see the killer?
oh, they're on my street. Frick.
Ezio, Piccolo, Miniere! Vissuta cittadella! Vissuta cittadella! Bambini!
But where are Bianca and Ottaviano? Forgive me, Signora. They were playing outside when the attack began. I don't know where they are.
Reinforcements from the mountains! They are breaching the citadel!
Ezio, don't let those bastardi get in here!
With me!
We'll get him, don't worry.
Oh, I get it. They want me to use the hidden gun. Okay. I can do that, no problem. Alright, how this fight quickly escalated from the ground to... friendlies are over there, so I can't get a lock.
the guild for this. Anyone see? You've been here the whole time, yes? What happened?
Wait a minute. What's this symbol?
Caterina! Caterina Sforza! I know you're in there! I have something you may want back! Are you missing any children? And Ezio Auditore! What a pleasant surprise!
I take it you would be the Orsi brothers.
Ludovico and Gecko, at your service.
Basta! Where are my children? Let them go!
Of course, Signora. We'll happily give them back for something of yours. A certain map.
And a certain apple, brother.
See, a certain apple indeed. Or shall I slice your baby's necks ear to ear?
Bastardi! You think you can threaten me? I'll give you nothing! You want my children? Take them! I have the instrument to make more!
When you change your mind, they'll be in the village outside the city. You have 1 hour.
Caterina, no. I can't ask you to sacrifice your children.
Nobody's sacrificing anything. Go get them back for me, Ezio.
See, you have my word. The apple needs to remain in the citadel. Keep this safe.
Alright. It said 1 hour. They give me 10 minutes. Okay.
What do they cut the books like that?
Oh, is that what that is? A special memory. Oh, I guess I'd give those a shot, because why not? Something to do.
I've imperiled their souls, displeasing His Holiness.
Now, there's definitely a faster way out of here than doing this. But... shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So, I need to figure out where...
You're not allowed up here. Leave! Raju, get
You
him!
have to hurry. It won't be enough. My mama is fierce. These Forza women are no wilting flowers. They may look pretty to the eye, but the eyes deceive. Just as Pablo. I hope you don't really imagine I'm scared of you. You'd be very mistaken. My mama would never let you hurt me. And if you touch one hair on my little brother's head, she will hunt you down and eat you for breakfast. Capito?
Jesus.
Grazie, grazie, messere. But my brother, they're holding Ottaviano at the lighthouse.
That's a funny outfit. Another mask tonight.
What's he got to hide? Why do I think I know that one?
Thankfully, I still have throwing knives. Nope.
You are not allowed up here!
Good boy, walk again, Caterina! give us what we want, or I'll throw him off the edge.
Mama, help me! I don't want to be here anymore!
Sit down, Farmocchio! Let's go, Katerina. Show yourself. The apple on the map, or your kid's a cripple.
I have to pee. Please, Messere. I need to go to the bathroom. Just let me go pee.
Oh, per Dio. Chiudi il becco.
Don't know if the kid legitimately has to go use the latrine or if he's just making it up to try and get away, but...
Why are you here? Get down! Stop acting like a baby. What?
Hi there.
Katerina was a fool to send you.
Or are you the fool, dying for a handful of change? Was it worth it?
More than you know. The maestro gains his prize. Because of me.
Muori col tuo orgoglio. Per quanto vale. Requiescat in pace.
Well, that doesn't traumatize the
Grazie,
kid.
signore.
Okay, so this is main story. So what's this over here? This is curious because I don't remember this. And I'm gonna head back to Motorgione and pick that up, but we'll do that later. As you can tell, I don't need money that much anymore. It's not like some of the later Assassin's Creed games where making money is a real pain in the ass in comparison to the amount of money you actually need to spend. There's the Jackdaw, the Aquila. Oof. No different from a car. They just drink up all your money. And then the next Assassin's Creed game I played was Unity. And Unity making money is a little bit slower, but within the span of like 2 or 3 hours you could set it up so your return on investments is a lot more. And then you literally do not you just gotta wait. And at that time when I was playing Unity, I was also taking my college courses. So I would literally just keep the game running in the background as I'm writing an essay. And I would just look up every so often and boom. Here's a couple of, here's an hour's worth of full income, which I don't remember how much it was, but it was enough for me to get all the shit I wanted, which was like this really busted handgun, which had like 9 shots and just reloaded, kind of like a break open, kind of like this, I think kind of like the Spitfires from from Killing Floor, if that paints a better image in your head. How am I doing this? What do I hope to accomplish? What do I hope to accomplish for this? Is it not L to lock on? I don't know, I'm not seeing an objective marker. I guess it was just a chance for me to play the, play with the, flying machine again and just, get the trophy. Which either I didn't know about growing up, or it was something new they put in with the remaster. Well, it makes sense if that were the case. Because back in those days, it was a missable trophy. You had to replay the game if you want to.
What are you doing out here?
I'm so sorry, Ezio. I'm so sorry.
What happened?
It was a trick to lower our defenses.
As soon as you left, they attacked again. Keko Orsi, he has the apple.
What? No! Where is he?
We chased him out here, but the bastards escaped into the mountains.
I'm going.
How does this even happen?
Such unbelievable prices I have for you, stimati clienti. Come, don't be shy.
We work together. He can't take us. Keep right. Wait for a slip.
That's nothing.
Don't like the look of that one.
Due to unfortunate misuse of funds by
Patriots!
agents,
This one is cut.
for no rhetoric.
You know,
That I've only like Assassin's Creed 3 where I just take down 2 of them.
Die together. He can't take us. This one is cut. Keep right. Wait for a slip.
And assassino! You won't last a minute.
I am stuck. I'm also out of medicine.
We work together. He can't take us.
You know, stay calm.
Shoulda did what your battle buddy did and ran. Take the hint.
Come.
Okay. Clean bill of health. Alright, thanks, Doc. I'll bet you he is somewhere inside the restricted zone.
Your carcass will be nice. I want no part of this madness. God, he's getting away. Go on, get him. Just now you die. There. Where's your hole, little mouse? I'm here with you.
Got it.
There he is! Get him!
This is...
The rats will have a rare treat this night. Freshly skewered carne d'assassino.
Fuori! Get out of my way!
I don't think I was supposed to catch up to this guy.
Our master della tortura is so good. You'll be telling him your secrets. My secrets. His secrets. Ora, go! Just like that night in Alba, capito? Careful, boys, he's no novice. We work together. Oh, no!
There we go.
So, you have your prize again.
Was it worth it? So much bloodshed.
A prize of such value. It will not remain yours for long.
We shall see. Che miserie nascono dall'avidità. Requiescat in pace. Don't. Who are you? Stop. Don't open it.
Ezio, thank God you're back with us. Are you all right? What happened to you?
I don't know.
One of my guards had the luck to find you in the hills, next to Keko Orsi's dead body.
See, that I remember. Wait, there was a third man. He took the apple.
Who?
He wore a black robe, like a monk. And I think... a missing finger. See, Katerina, I have to go, right away.
Of course. Then you will need this as well.
The map Niccolo spoke of. Your husband.
Ex-husband, mio caro. He swore he'd uncover the locations of all the Codex pages. You will recover the apple, but you will never find the vault without this. You know, there is an abbey in the wetlands near here, where I've seen monks wearing black robes. I'd start there. Now go. Find us a stramaladetto monk.
I think I'm going to miss you, Katerina.
Oh, I know you will.
My God. How different the times were. Huh. On the horse. There we go. Okay.
You lost my hand!
There!
Blessings on you, brother.
Grazie. I wonder if you can help me.
What do you seek?
A monk in black robes who lacks one of his 10 fingers.
Well, Brother Guido has only 9 toes. You sure it wasn't a toe?
Quite sure.
And then there's Brother Domenico, but it's his entire left arm he's lacking.
Again, quite sure it was a finger.
Now wait a moment. I do recall a black-robed monk with 9 fingers. Yes, of course. When we had our last San Vincenzo's feast, at the Abbey.
Yes, I know the place. I'll try there. Grazie.
Go in peace, brother.
I always do.
Why did I overshoot those? Come on. How do I get there? Right back into the city. Okay.
Eccolo! He's right there. Via! Via! Maledizione! Just like that night in Alba, capito?
I'm curious why the guards and green
Careful, boys,
berets are
he's
after
no
me
novice.
now.
We work together. Ready?
On
Ora!
Forza, ragazzi! Remember your training!
Ready?
Ora!
Any last words?
No! Andiamo!
Leave an opening!
Ready?
ragazzi!
Ora!
Give them hell.
No, no, stay calm!
Don't hurt me, please. I've been a good woman.
I have nothing to do with anything!
Our maestro with la tortura.
Here! Andiamo!
Can't get a horse inside the city limits, apparently. Not yet.
Excuse me, brother. I wonder if you can...
Unholy demon! Get away!
What's wrong?
You're the one who killed Brother Stefano! Brothers, the killer of monks has returned! Whatever this is about, leave me out of it, please! Please, get out of here! Please, no. I don't want to die.
I only kill those who kill others. And your brother Stefano was a killer. I'm sure you are no such thing. Now, listen to me. I'm looking for a black-robed monk who's missing a finger.
Missing a finger, you say? Do you mean like Fra Savonarola?
Savonarola? Who is this? You know him?
I did. He was one of us, for a time.
And then?
We suggested he retire to a hermitage for a good long time.
I'm afraid to say his retreat has come to an end. Where would he have gone?
Oh dear. Santo Spirito? In Firenze? It's where he studied. Perhaps it's where he would return.
I thank you. Go with God, brother.
That was a short sequence.
Hey, Desmond. I think I repaired that busted memory. Why don't you try opening it?
There's a busted memory? Honestly, I forgot how cool the Assassin's Creed 2 theme is. Alright.
If Piero had only a tenth of his father's talent, he'd still have some place to call home.
Let's go with the monks. What is going on? Everywhere I go, it's
Should
just...
have welcomed that mad monk into the city. Look at all the misery he's wrought.
I can't even change into my Medici cape, can I? I don't think I can.
Don't understand why he'd be so willing to accept his aggression.
Dead man! Eccolo! Get
Through the door, Ezio. Jesus Christ. Come on. We're trying to get to Machiavelli in one piece. Oh, I can't wait to get... Well, maybe I won't get that far, because I gotta get through Brotherhood, Revelations, and eventually, what the hell is it? Some of the prequel parts. But I can't wait to get to Assassin's Creed 3, where you could just dive through an open window and you would come out and the guards wouldn't know how to get to you.
Sometimes I wish the Assassino would return to Firenze, that we might be free of his tyranny.
Salve, Ezio. You picked a fine time for a homecoming.
Then it's true. Savonarola has taken control of Firenze.
Yes. No doubt aided by that treacherous artifact.
We should get to work on retrieving it.
That may be more complicated than you think.
When isn't it? Why don't you fill me in on things?
Walk with me. It all started a few weeks ago. The man everyone once reviled was suddenly the one they worshipped.
Ah, the apple.
Only in part. It's not the city he's enthralled, but its leaders. Men possessed of influence and power. They, in turn, oppress the citizens and ensure his will is done.
The people act as if they have no say in the matter.
Rare is the man willing to oppose the status quo. And so it falls to us to help them see the truth.
Those bodies bear the emblem of the Borgia.
Yes. The Spaniard keeps sending his soldiers into Firenze, and Firenze keeps sending them back. Usually in pieces.
Then he knows the apple is here as well. An unfortunate complication. This way.
Obviously, yes.
Now, move! Now, move!
Okay. It's enough of you hammering me in the face. I know I got a thick skull, but Jesus.
There! On him! Forza! Bravo, bravo!
Quick, let's do it.
No, please, don't kill me! Run, per la Madonna!
Let's just hope I don't get attacked a second time.
Stay close. Alright, this direct assault will be dangerous.
True. But what other option is there?
Aside from the city leaders, the people's minds are their own, correct?
Si.
And they follow Savonarola not by choice, but force and fear?
Si.
Then I propose we use these to our advantage. If we can silence his lieutenants and stir up discontent, you will be distracted, and I will have a chance to strike.
Clever. I'll speak with La Volpe and Paola. They can help to organize the uprising as you free the districts.
Then it's settled. I'll take care of his abettors.
Clever. Oh boy. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is take a leak. And then I'm about to spill some blood.
The city guard is recruiting volunteers for the road patrols and city reserves. Why serve with mercenary condottieri when you could uphold the honor of the Republic? Notice from Maestro Corsini il Medico. Treatment with the leech varieties brought back from the marshlands of the Indies will heal almost any ill and leave you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. State attenti. Next week's public mass with the Cardinal will have to be cancelled due to a small outbreak of plague. Pray for his recovery and the confinement of the dread death to the small, unimportant village he was in. Notice to all foreign merchants within the glorious Republic's walls. The Città, in its wisdom, has elected to raise a nominal levy on all export trade registered through any of the Arti Maggiori. To all ragazzi of suitable age, the city guard is recruiting volunteers for the road patrols and city reserves. Why serve with mercenary condottieri when you could uphold the honor of the Republic? State attenti. Next week's public mass with the Cardinal will have to be cancelled due to a small outbreak of plague. Pray for his recovery and the confinement of the dread death to the small, unimportant village he was in. I've traditional remedies.
There we go.
Wisdom of the Arabic.
So I am just simply going to put on the Medici cape. And then I don't have to worry about my notoriety while I go around slaughtering people in the city.
People of Firenze, come, gather round. Listen well to what I say. The end approaches. Now is the time to repent, to beg God's forgiveness.
Wow.
Don't you see? The signs are all around us. Unrest, famine, disease, corruption. He's here!
You are finished!
Well, so much for your faith in the Lord, huh?
Off limits to you.
Your mind, since it is your own.
Not all of us require deception to be convinced. I already believed. All I said is true.
Nothing is true. Non è un compito facile il mio. Requiescat in pace.
Pronto? Vergogna!
Oh, fuck's sake. I should go pick up smoke bombs at the nearest blacksmith.
Ora! Leopold is no novice. We work together. Ora, strike!
I'll not die.
What happened here? Someone saw the fight, surely?
And the assassin-led rebellion begins. Oh, hey, all the viewpoints here are available. Could probably take care of that. But, no, I'm doing my best not to get sidetracked. Although I'm not gonna lie, having access to the fucking map, knowing where all the merchants and shit are would be really nice. That's a tailor, I think.
Now! Now! You're not where do you...
I'm going to stab you in the neck, that's where I'm going.
Right here!
I don't see that animation very often.
Reject the base and material. Seek salvation in the flames. These are the devil's tools, and what wretched things they burn. So today I call upon you to cast off these abominations and consign them to the grave, that you may be cleansed, that you may be free. Give them up, or my God will do it for them. When I first became a fame, I secretly meant to express my devotion to God. Here there was an opportunity to grow closer to Him. For if divinity was perfection, then surely capturing it would be divine.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, why did I...
Via! Via! Maledizione!
What have I done? What have I done?
Your actions were not your own.
But they were. My own self-doubt let him hold me as he did. I am sorry.
As am I. Non è una scelta che compio a cuor leggero. Requiescat in pace.
This is too much.
Isn't that dangerous?
He's not it.
Make darn sure nobody looks in this way. Kind of makes me feel when I didn't catch this when I was a little younger, but it never occurred to me that the apple is what allowed the guy to take control of all these people. They had their little insecurities, they had their own problems, their own beliefs, whether or not they were opportunists or they were manipulated. Either way, not all of them deserve the blade. But what choice do we have? There's no way else to get to my target. In this case, they bend the rules a little. They don't bug Ezio about killing people who are, what's the word? Stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent, so they say.
Non si passa! Do you hear me? Until you've all submitted and given yourself over to the Prophet, Savonarola, this bridge will remain closed to you. and complaining. You say you have things to do, places to go, obligations to fulfill. Ha! You have but one obligation, to submit. Get down from there. Why fight us? Why resist? City is ours. Your precious Medici have abandoned you, fled into the wastes to wallow in self-pity. Savonarola wants only the best.
Remember your training!
You know, maybe I should have taken out the archers before I did
Careful,
this.
boys, this is no notice. We work together.
That's it! He'll leave an opening!
No! Andiamo!
Just be ready to strike when the time is right. Forte, ragazzi! Remember your trick!
I respect this guy for at least trying to fight, even if he had all the archers on his side.
You wear a noble's clothes. How is it Savonarola charmed you?
Wealth and power do not ensure contentment. I wanted even more.
And now instead, you have nothing. Questo non è che un atto dovuto. Requiescat in pace.
Alright. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to finish your happy ass off.
You won't get away!
No.
Release me!
Fuck you.
Faster, ragazzi! There, get him!
No fucking way. This bastard really did just fucking do that. He stopped my air assassination. I don't recall that being a thing that's on the PS3, but I think I've talked about this before. You know, I know there's 9 targets, but I honestly, it would have been cool if they had picked 7 targets and then each one represented one of the 7 deadly sins. I just don't ask me what they are because I don't know them. I am not a follower of the faith.
Air for all.
Deliver us from the precious time.
Okay, I'm back in territory that I know. Oh, I know this place.
Trust me, you'll soon feel much better.
Omnipotens Deus, Rex Regum, et omnium gubernator.
Well, this should be interesting.
That's a funny get-up.
There! After him!
I know. You won't get away this time.
I completely forgot I'm notorious. So what makes it harder is that I go from incognito to notorious when these missions start. Okay.
Come, amici! I've fresh sheep's urine and rosemary.
It's really only one way to go up, I believe, so as long as I can find a place to grab, I'd be happy.
What are you down, Stronzo? I will kill all. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Get down!
Oh my god. Son of a bitch.
You are not allowed up here!
Oh, smoke bombs don't function like in fucking,
Eccolo! Stop him!
Yeah, take my time and play with a little bit of strategy here. And that simply just means that I'm gonna kill the guard before I fucking climb up. Fuck you. Fuck,
Down or I shoot! Why are you here? Get down!
Another southern imbecile.
this is certainly one way of getting the job done. I gotta be weary. These guys, I'm on their level now. I gotta... Two that way. Okay.
Rex regum et omnium gubernator, cuius potentie nulla creatura resistere potest, quid proprium est peccatores punire, et eorum misereri, qui veri agunt penitentiam, serva e libera nos, suppliciter te petimus, Amanui. Iam dissipa illo.
I thought he preached the word of God.
I fear his sermon is a lie.
I led my flock astray. It's just... I wanted so badly to believe.
We all do. Vedrò compiuta l'opera di mio padre. Requiescat in pace.
Next one. What time is it? Oh, it's 5 minutes. It's like 6 minutes until New Year. Not that I can. I shouldn't say I don't care, but I've never been one to really, like, you know, show up to any major event in honor of New Year, because at the end of the day it's just a different number at the end of the date when you write it. It's not like anything crazy is supposed to happen.
The citizens of Pisa.
The epidemic isn't like foretold to end this year or this upcoming year.
You must not disrupt our work. Firenze is sick. It's our duty to cure her.
How? By forcing our people to follow a madman?
It is unwise for you to challenge those in power.
Yes. Well, that is about to change.
No! You won't take me! Savonarola will know of your treachery! Guards! Guards!
Laggiù! He's there, on him!
Savonarola is our savior! Why must you resist this?
Oh, you were an easy one.
I was a victim. It's not my fault.
No, you made the choice.
He charmed me with that thing.
Only because you allowed it. Lo faccio per il popolo. Requiescat in pace.
Hurry, get him!
I'm going to detour for that last one, most likely.
Vitello, manzo, agnello, sempre freschi.
Come see what pride, beauty, and years of experience.
Perhaps another time.
Not too bright, are you?
If you are not entirely satisfied by your person, I have a full exchange for any other word.
You know, it's funny. I get it. Ezio's doing something that isn't commonplace. Going against the norm isn't exactly a
Something is wrong here. Where is everyone?
Ambush.
Ah, another challenger. Excellent. Savannah Roller warned me that some would oppose our rule. And so I devised this little trap to ferret out those foolish enough to play at hero. It's proven to be both entertaining and effective. Incominciamo! What a spectacle! I wonder just how long you'll survive. Another a few days back. Over 3 dozen of my men. Every day without fail. Another of you approaches, nonconformists, malcontents, revolutionaries, rebel.
Probably should stick with my hidden blades.
Just excuses. Am I to believe you're a champion of the town's fathers? You'll come to free the city. A rebel leader intent on ushering in a new age. Liberty. Which life?
Remember your signing, man.
Do not be mistaken. These are lives. No matter the enemy, you're all here for the same reason. The same selfish distinction, fame, spiritual, or both. So which are you? Is it validation you desire, or perhaps penance for some old deal? Did your father abuse you? Did other children tease you? Did a lover spurn you? If I had to guess, I would suspect a form of insecurity. Why else do you wear the hood? Why do you hide your face from the world? From yourself? I see these words wasted. Serving only to send you further into frenzy. This wish. Fight on. You can't hold out forever. You say morto.
Oh shit. Okay. Should have packed my thorn knives. Alright.
Ora! Get him!
You will not get through, Stronzo.
How'd you end up captain of the guard? You're not even in uniform.
Is this truly who I was? So proud and cruel.
No. Savonarola bewitched you.
Did he? Or was it that I tasted power and found myself intoxicated? I wish I had been stronger.
As do I. Mi rincresce, ma non c'è altro modo. Requiescat in pace.
Right, ora! Just be ready to strike when the time is right. Get on his blind side. Keep it easy. Die to your position like you were taught.
Somebody is still shooting arrows at me.
Right, finish him. Don't finish him like you were taught. Remember your training, man.
Right.
You're ready to strike when the time is right. your position like you were taught. Remember your training. Die! Just be ready to strike when the time is right.
I wonder if I got the trophy. Nope. Screwed something up. Okay. I will get it at some future point. No, I don't want to backtrack for that one further yonder, so I'm gonna go get it now. Either way, I'm going to have to do a long... Oh, shit. Either way, I'm going to do a long run all the way back to get to the other side to get the rest of the targets, so...
Please, leave me alone.
Come, don't be shy.
It's funny, because I do see... You kind of understand where all the priests and the monks and all that are still trying to preach the word of the Lord. It was not too long ago that the church had a lot of power. This was the Renaissance, if I remember correctly, and I haven't been in school in a minute, so correct me if I'm wrong. The Renaissance happened right after the humanity survived the Black Plague, or the bubonic plague. So before the bubonic plague, we were in the was it the Middle Ages? I can't remember anymore.
It's quite simple, amici. If you desire care, you'll submit yourselves fully to our new ruler.
Either way, anyway, when the Black Plague eventually hit, people turned to the church to try and save them. Church obviously couldn't do it, so... do I gotta do something to protect it? Fine.
The choice is yours to make. Continue to support the Medici, who, as you know, have long since fled Firenze, or accept Savonarola. Why fight it? Why refuse? He is a good man, strong of character and morals. He seeks to save us from ourselves. And saving is what we need. Before Savonarola came to us, we were mired in sin, gluttony, lust, pride, avarice. Need I go on? You have spilled the blood of a healer.
No, I have spilled the blood of a tyrant.
To command such power over the body, between this world and the next. It seems I grew intoxicated.
And now you grow still. La tua morte non sarà inutile. Requiescat in pace.
Oh, I sure shit ain't fighting off this many people. definitely find a. I do kind of wonder, did that guy put like a monopoly on all the... oh, what do you know? It's New Year. Happy New Year. What did he have some control over like is it like a medical guild? A doctor's guild or something? Because just a ton of doctors in the city that I'm sure everybody could have gone to.
Don't even think of it.
I'm not thinking about anything. I've got more important people to kill than you. You know, it's actually kind of nice to be playing Assassin's Creed 2 again. Because I remember this is one of those games I played a lot when I was growing up, simply because I didn't have, I hadn't set up my PlayStation account yet, so I didn't know about online gaming. I didn't know Pain or Sen or any of my friends that I hang out with on a regular now. It was a different time. Simplistic, but certainly had its charms. For one thing, you didn't make plans that other people could easily step on. Like, I could say, we could talk Friday night, be like, hey, alright, we'll be on in the morning, gonna go play this, and then the morning comes and you're waiting for everybody.
Secure those crates! We can ill afford to let their contents fall into the wrong hands.
Alright.
See just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food. If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader. How the Medici family can still hold any sway in this city is beyond me. I once considered them my patrons. That's the before they brought opened my eyes. Then I saw the evilness of Thomas and the division it creates. Savonarola will lead us into a new era. One of fraternity, equality, and justice. It's for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our Savior and true leader.
But this gives me away.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food. How the Medici's family can still hold any sway in the city beyond me. What have I done?
You tried to force devotion.
Sometimes.
The people must be told what to think.
No good has ever come of that. Benché il mio cuore sia turbato, la mia mente è lucida. Requiescat in pace.
Oh my god, his mind snapped.
Ha-ha! Now you faster! Faster, merd! Ha-ha! Now you die!
Too easy. It's funny. This is the sort of decision making that, or the sort of almost a similar circumstance to what eventually drove Shay to betray the Brotherhood. Of course, things were a little different.
There he is, Pazzo!
Your orders are simple. Keep watch over these fields, and ensure no harm comes to the bundles of Fiendom. It may seem a mundane task, but it is critical nonetheless. Without this most basic resource, they lose the means to resist. They will be forced to stand down. Already, many have fallen.
Well, that didn't go exactly the plan, did it?
Without this most basic resource, they lose the means to resist. They will be forced to stand down.
I've traditional remedies and the wisdom of the Arabic.
Oh, right. I can't fucking... Again, with the fucking notorious shit. Just skipped my mind. Okay.
Without this most basic resource, they lose the means to resist. They will be forced to stand down.
Get down from there! Oh, now! Now!
Please. Please, 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 please. Thank God. Okay.
Already, many have fallen into line. They require clothing, food, shelter, water, and all of these things are born of Fien. I hear you grumbling. You think this post a waste of time. But you must understand. Our very existence depends upon keeping all of this secure. You don't believe me, do you? Let me explain. The Fieno feeds our horses. They, in turn, pull our carts, which transport our goods to other cities, where trade is conducted. In this way, our economy is made to thrive.
Another forest.
all the way now. What's the plan? Wait for the jackass to come back around? That might be the best way to do it, actually.
And then there is the livestock. Cattle and sheep require fieno for sustenance. And as you know, they provide us with all manner of things. Wool, meat, and milk, to name a few. Do you see them? Why the fieno must not fall into enemy hands. So do not dismiss the work you do. It is vital to our continued success.
You would have let your own people starve. And for what?
Too long I suffered their insults. They called me simple and low class. I wanted their respect.
I'm afraid you do not have mine. Per quanto sia penoso il trapasso, lieto sarà il tuo sonno. Requiescat in pace.
I'm not gonna lie, that's sort of grudge is what causes a lot of problems.
We'll get up! Damn it! Where is he at? Eccolo! There! Pezzi di merda, do not get through! Eccolo! Hurry, get him! San Giovanni be a time of great joy and pride in our great city. Hurry, I'm losing him! Don't you? He's there, on him! But I wrote it for you! Please, don't kill me! Run! Keep him busy! Oh, resto sciacate! Poi! This is none of my affair!
Kill enough of them and the coward amongst them will fucking run.
come,
I
don't
have
be
scores
shy.
of new works from exciting young artists.
Do you require a medical assistant?
Ah, the ladders never change.
Keep away, filth! Assassino! Help!
That's a curious way to get about.
I'm not gonna bother chasing this guy down. He only carries like 1,500 florins anyway.
What's got your breeches in a bind? What's got your breeches in a bind? I hate sudden trash.
Now clear up, okay? I don't want to ruin my day. While not illegal per se,
Get
remember,
down, now!
it is only divertimento until someone breaks a leg.
You've done well, Ezio.
What happens now?
Watch.
Silence! I demand silence! Why are you here? Why do you disturb me? You should be cleansing your home, cleansing yourself. There are bonfires to feed, prayers to be said, penance to be done. You will do as I command. You will submit. No!
Find the apple, Ezio! It can't be far! There he is! Get him! Move! Da parte ora! Mannaggia, I've lost sight of it! Raju! He's there, on him!
Dio vi benedica.
You won't get him. He's losing. What's wrong with you? What's your problem, anyway?
Got
Did your
them.
papa feed you enough?
You should. Supply of wheat from this year's harvest has pushed the price up 6 florins per hundred.
You're kidding me, right? There we go. You know, the fact that this bridge still isn't finished says a lot about just how much turmoil the city has been
Come,
through.
friends. I've fresh caught leeches today.
You'll never hear a doctor say that in this day and age. Certainly not one who wasn't a quack. But to see a guy get burned as a heretic?
God bears witness to the sacrilege that you would handle his prophet this way. Blasphemers! Heretics! You will burn for this! Do you hear me? You'll burn!
I cry for salvation. Oh Lord, show mercy.
No one deserves to die in such pain.
It's you. I knew this day would come. Please, show mercy.
I have. Ma ora, che sia il tuo Dio a giudicarti. Requiescat in pace.
Silenzio! Silenzio! 22 years ago, I stood where I stand now, and watched my loved ones die, betrayed by those I had called friends. Vengeance clouded my mind. It would have consumed me, were it not for the wisdom of a few strangers, who taught me to look past my instincts. They never preached answers, but guided me to learn from myself. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. Not Savonarola, not the Medici. We are free to follow our own path. There are those who will take that freedom from us. Too many of you gladly give it. But it is our ability to choose whatever you think is true that makes us human. There is no book or teacher to give you the answers, to show you the path. Choose your own way. Do not follow me or anyone else.
I wonder if I desynced if I just let him burn. Probably would have. Oh, I have all the codex pages. Since when? Oh, I don't know. I might actually be able to finish this game tonight.
Come, people. I have scores of new works from exciting young... A great metal work here.
Leonardo.
Ezio, so good to see you. How can I help you?
Ha ha! You found another one. How exciting!
Up. Then you just take the inverse. There.
And that was that. This is gonna be fun. Might have been wise to think twice about how I'm gonna fucking get this shit to work. It's coming together, I'm just missing a few pieces. I know what it's supposed to look like. Okay, something's missing here.
Ezio! It is time, Uncle. Let us finish what you and my father started all those years ago.
Indeed. Perhaps now we can finally make sense of this prophecy and put a stop to whatever it is the Spaniard is plotting.
We should start by locating the vault. The Codex pages will lead us to it. Let's take a look.
Did I not get it? Well, clearly I did not. Okay. This doesn't look right. Oh, wait. Does that? Something doesn't look right. I'm missing something painfully obvious.
It is a map of the entire world, but there are lands shown here that do not exist.
Apparently they do exist.
I imagine they've yet to be discovered. Or rediscovered.
How is this possible?
Perhaps the vault will hold the answer.
Do you see where it is, then?
No. It can't be. The vault. It looks like the vault is in Roma. Then the Spaniard. This is why he became Pope.
Now I understand. It's not the vault alone he's gained access to, but the staff as well.
What staff?
The Codex always spoke of 2 keys. 2 pieces of Eden needed to open the vault. One is the apple.
And the other is the staff. The papal staff is the second piece of Eden.
For years, no, decades, we've sought these answers.
And now, at last, we have them.
But so too could the Spaniard. And if he does, if he finds a way into the vault, its contents will make the apple seem a trifling thing.
I must go to Roma and find the vault. What of the rest of you?
We'll do what we do best. Cause some trouble in the city, giving you the freedom to conduct your search.
Just let me know when you are ready, Nipote.
Why do I have 2 exclamation marks? I don't know. If it's still there after this is done, because I think this is actually the end, so...
Roma beckons, Ezio. Let me know when you are ready to depart.
Yes. Let's fight. Okay, naturally I do not remember how to actually get in there.
Laggiù, stop! Ah, after him, ragazzi!
Get
Ora!
in front of him!
Kind of makes you wonder what's the point of having security like that.
be ready to You're mine!
Nah,
You
that's
failed,
fucking
criminale!
bullshit.
Around the side, now!
Assassino! Assassino!
Laggiù!
Are you serious?
Eccolo! Hurry, get him!
Well, that's about as short-lived as you would expect.
You will not get through, Stronzo.
Right here! Close the gates! Stop the intruder!
Huh?
Was it what?
Now, I'm with you. He can't escape.
Oh, dear God. Come on, Ezio, we don't have time for this. All because the game didn't want me to fucking go under the fucking gate and I could have made it.
You think you can have mask tonight? Couldn't obey the law. Die.
I would like to see you try.
You will not
Close
get
the
away.
gates! Stop the intruder!
I can clearly make that, but alright.
Would you rather see roasted or fried in oil?
Be careful, man. This one is no fool. God, you tire of it. Remember you feel that blanket. Just pray to God, you tire of it.
Forza, ragazzi! Remember your training! You know what to do, stay calm! Forza, ragazzi! Remember your training!
How am I supposed to go? Maybe I should have come a bit more prepared.
There! I want him found! He must... Edgar! Get him! There he is! Get him!
I do not have the patience for this shit. Come on.
Remember your planning! Take this man very... Get down now! Go back down, Batu! Get him! There! Get the bastard! Remember the way we go down the Swiss. Ora strike!
Now! Careful! This one is not old.
Pazienza! Just be ready to strike when the time is right.
Guys! Ora! Tire eventually.
Wait for it! Ora! Don't fall for false opening!
Say...
Oh shit.
That's it! Kill Master! We're losing him! There! Get him!
The wrong weapon out.
Run! Misericordia! No, please, don't kill me! Run! Via! Madness! Trust me to get caught in the middle! Via! Via! Maledizione! Please! Non uccidetemi!
I want no part of this! Please, serve me! Leave me alone! I swear!
I'm glad the double assassinations do work in this game, unlike in Assassin's Creed Unity.
Don't kill me!
Credo in unum Deum Patrem omnipotentem, factorem celi et terrae, visibilium omnium et invisibilium, et in unum Dominum Jesum Christum, Filium Dei unigenitum, et ex Patre natum ante omnia saecula, Deum de Deo, lumen de lumine, Deum ver...
I thought I was beyond this. But I'm not. I've waited too long. Lost too much. Requiescat in pace, you bastard.
I don't think so. No! How is it you resist? I see. Kind of you to bring me the apple. Now give it here!
Vaya farti fottere.
Always the fighter, just like your father. Well, rejoice, my child, for you will see him again soon. You will give it to me.
As you wish.
Fascinating. An impressive power, this. But if you think it's going to save you, you've another thing coming. How long do you think you can keep this up? A clever trick, but useless. I'll cut you down, assassin! You are right to fear me. You cannot stop me. A clever trick, but useless.
Vieni a prendermi.
I'll cut you down, assassin! How long do you think you can keep this up? You are right to fear me. You cannot stop me. How long do you think you can keep this up? A clever trick, but useless.
What are you waiting? Come on, there's only one of me.
You cannot stop me. I'll cut you down, assassin.
He's just a really tanky enemy in the end.
You are right to fear me. I'll cut you down, assassin. A clever trick, but useless. You are right to fear me.
In the end, all I gotta do is just keep on hitting him.
You cannot stop me. How long do you think you can keep this up?
I got all night.
You cannot stop me. No, you will not take this from me.
It's finished, Rodrigo. Lay down your arms, and I will make sure the end comes swiftly.
Really, Ezio? And would you give up so easily were it the other way around? Why don't we find out? At last. And now, to deal with you.
Tis but a scratch.
is this place?
Open, damn you! Open!
It's over, Rodrigo. No more tricks. No more ancient artifacts. No more weapons. Let us see what you are made of, old man.
All right then. If that's how you want to play it.
What do you even want with the vault, Rodrigo?
Don't you know what lies within? Or do you mean to tell me the great and powerful assassins didn't figure it out?
Figure what out?
God. It's God that dwells within.
You expect me to believe that God lives beneath Il Vaticano?
A more logical location than a kingdom in a cloud, don't you think? Surrounded by singing angels and cherubim. Makes for a lovely image. But the truth is far more interesting.
Let's say I was to believe you. What do you think you'll do when you open that door?
I don't care. It's not approval I'm after. Just power.
And you think you'll give it up?
Whatever lies beyond that wall won't be able to resist the staff and apple. They were made for felling gods.
God is meant to be all-knowing, all-powerful. You think a couple of ancient relics can hurt him?
You know nothing, boy. You take your image of the creators from an ancient book. A book, mind you, written by men.
You are the Pope, and yet you dismiss the central text of your faith?
Are you so naive? I became Pope because it gave me access. It gave me power. You think I believe a single goddamn word of that ridiculous book? It's...
And the audio glitch, I think, because I'm beating the shit out of him too much.
You can't! You can't! It's my destiny! Mine! I am the prophet!
You never were.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done. Nulla è reale. Tutto è lecito. Requiescat in pace.
$10,000 florins.
Greetings, Prophet. It is good you have come. Let us see it, to give thanks. We must speak.
Who are you?
Many names. When I died, it was Minerva. Before that, Merva and Mera. And on and on. The others, too. Juno, who was before called Uni. Jupiter, who was before called Tinia.
You are... gods.
No, not gods. We simply came before. Even when we walked the world, your kind struggled to understand our existence. We were more advanced in time. Your minds were not yet ready. Still not. Maybe never. No matter. You may not comprehend us, but you will comprehend our warning. You must.
None of what you are saying makes sense.
Our words are not meant for you.
What are you talking about? There's no one else here.
Enough. I do not wish to speak with you, but through you. You are the prophet. You've played your part. You anchor him, but please be silent, that we may commune. Listen. When we were still flesh and our home still whole, your kind betrayed us. We who made you. We who gave you life. We were strong, but you were many, and both of us craved war. So busy were we with earthly concerns, we failed to notice the heavens. And by the time we did, the world burned until naught remained but ash. It should have ended then and there. But we built you in our own image. We built you to survive. And so we did. Few were our numbers. Your kind and mine. It took sacrifice, strength, compassion. But we rebuilt. And as life returned to the world, we endeavored to ensure this tragedy would not be repeated. But now, we are dying, and time will work against us. Truth turned into myth and legend. What we built, misunderstood. Let my words preserve the message and make a record of our loss. But let my words also bring hope. You must find the other temples, built by those who knew to turn away from war. They worked to protect us, to save us from the fire. If you can find them, if their work can be saved, so too might this world. Be quick, for time grows short, and guard against the cross, for there are many who will stand in your way. It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
What the fuck?
And just like that, credits.
There's only about 10 minutes until I
Need
get...
all of my equipment ready to go before they do. Desmond!
Yeah.
All right, Sean, I need you and Rebecca to get everything in here packed up and loaded into the truck. You and I'll deal with the Templars.
What, they're here? It was only a matter of time before they discovered us. To be honest, I'm surprised it took them as long as it did.
Let's go.
Only one way to know if the training paid off.
So, what's the plan? We ditch this place, and then what?
There's another safe house. We've got company. The truck's just up ahead.
Mr. Miles,
This is an unexpectedly pleasant turn of events. And here I thought I'd have to waste more men on you. Kind of you to save me the trouble.
What do you want, Vidic?
For you to come home. We miss you terribly. There's still so much work for us to do together.
It's not happening, Warren.
You continue to disappoint in every conceivable way, Miss Stillman. I saved your life once. Do you remember? And this is how you repay me?
You saved me so you could keep experimenting on people, destroying their lives. And for what?
Oh, this tired argument again. As I recall, you were there, at my side, every step of the way. Their blood is on your hands just as much as mine.
You need to stop him.
I'm on it.
Ironic that they all fight the same way.
Uh-oh, Doc. Looks like it's just you and me now.
Enjoy your victory, Mr. Miles. Temporary as it is.
Desmond, we have to go!
There you are, come on! Help Lucy into the van! Hurry, Desmond, we need to go!
You'll have your turn, Desmond. Warren's gonna get what he deserves. I promise.
So what now? Where are we headed?
There's a cabin up north. We should be safe there. At least for a little while. I have to analyze those tapes from your session. Figure out what's happening.
And then what?
Here we go. I've got you all hooked up. Got a long drive ahead of us. Figured you might want to play around with the Animus on the way.
Alright, but I got some questions first. I mean, what the hell was that in the vault?
What you saw proves everything I was afraid of. The Templars aren't our biggest threat. Not by a long shot.
So what, the sun is? What's it gonna do? Cook the Earth?
I doubt it, but I don't know. There's been some speculation that the Earth's magnetic field is weakening. A sufficiently strong flare could flip the poles and cause a geomagnetic reversal. It's all theoretical, but if it happens, the planet could become geologically unstable. Very unstable.
It's meant to be the stuff of pseudoscience, but clearly something catastrophic happened to the people of the first civilization. And that woman, was her name Minerva, was it? She seemed to think we were due for a second round.
So either way, we're fucked.
I don't know yet. We'll keep reviewing the tapes. And you can keep digging through your memories. Maybe there's more to discover.
Alright. Guess I better get started.
Well, I think all the dialogue's done, so I get to say my 2 cents worth of what I thought of this game. That is, if I was playing it for the first time. God knows how many times I've played this game on the PS3. was a solid game. I'm glad it got a remaster. While I don't think remasters should be the goal of every company, it's always nice that every few generations they pop a remaster of something that's old. It lets the younger generation, you know, experience some of the classics. And then there are games that take it too far, like Skyrim. But, you know, when the PS7 comes out and your graphics look like something out of a movie, yeah, I can see a remaster for the Assassin's Creed games. It wouldn't be a remaster, then I think it would just be a remake. Oh, I didn't realize how long it took me to finish this. So, I'm gonna cut it here. Well, not cut it here, but I'm gonna let the credits roll. After that, I'll cut the stream. So Twitch, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and tell your friends. It's been Alloway signing off.